Hey, Sip&Talkers, welcome back to the show. It's your host, back for another deep dive.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah. You know how much you guys love these? And this one's all about something we keep seeing everywhere.
Like what?
It's this whole thank you for liking Taiwan thing.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's saying it.
It's everywhere, right?
But it's also kind of like, why is that phrase like the magic key to winning over Taiwanese people? What's the deal with that?
Right. It's definitely more than just like a polite thing to say.
Yeah. So to really get into this, I think we need to like put ourselves in the shoes of someone from Taiwan.
Okay, yeah. Let's imagine we were born and raised in Taiwan.
What would make us tick?
Yeah, what would we hold dear? What would shape our worldview?
Exactly.
It's kind of wild, right? Because on the surface, Taiwan's this small island nation, but then you look a little closer and whoa, it's got this huge global impact.
Right.
So like to get this, we really have to look at Taiwan's position in the world.
Yeah.
You know, limited recognition internationally, a pretty complex history.
Yeah.
When someone from outside is like, hey, Taiwan's great, it takes on a whole new meaning.
It's almost like, hey, the world actually sees us, acknowledges us, maybe even likes us.
Exactly.
And that's a big deal, right?
It is a huge deal.
Yeah.
And it really connects to how Taiwanese people feel about their culture and who they are. Like when someone from another country gives a compliment, it's like this boost. It's like someone saying, good job, Taiwan.
It's like they're proud of us.
Yeah. Like, see, we told you our night markets were awesome.
Yeah. Or like, remember that video of Logan Paul freaking out over stinky tofu?
Oh my God, of course. It was like a national holiday.
Right.
Everybody was sharing it, talking about it. It just felt good.
Yeah. It was a big moment.
It was.
So it's not always about like celebrities or going viral though, right?
Right.
I think even like the little things foreigners do can make a difference.
Totally.
Like trying to speak Taiwanese or showing they're interested in traditions.
Yeah. It's like they're,
They're making an effort.
Yeah, they're not just here for the touristy stuff.
Okay. So far, so good, right? Everything's super heartwarming.
Yeah.
But our sources are saying there might be another side to all this Taiwan love.
Oh, really? What do you mean?
Well, what about those foreigners who are maybe using it as like a, I don't know, what's the word, like a marketing strategy?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's interesting. Like they don't really mean it.
Yeah, is it like how genuine is all this love, really? Because some of those Taiwan is amazing. Videos can get kind of repetitive,
Yeah, for sure.
It's like we get it, the food is good, tell us something new.
And that's what I mean about going deeper.
Okay.
A lot of this content just stays on the surface,
Yeah.
Praising the food, how friendly everyone is, but they don't talk about the culture like really deeply.
Right.
Or any of the more like complicated stuff.
Okay, so that's where it gets kind of tricky then, right?
How so?
Well, if everyone's always telling us how great we are, even for basic stuff, does it maybe make us less likely to like really think about what we're seeing?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Like maybe we're not as critical because it feels good to hear nice things.
Yeah, and that connects back to what we were saying earlier about Taiwan's history.
Oh, yeah?
Wanting that validation. Plus, Taiwanese people are naturally very hospitable.
Yeah.
It might create a kind of blind spot.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's like we're so happy to have the positive attention we don't realize someone might be less than genuine, let's say.
Yeah, playing us a little bit.
Maybe. And that leads to what some people are calling oversaturation.
Right.
Like if everyone's always shouting, I love Taiwan, even if they don't really mean it, it loses its meaning.
Yeah.
It's like hearing the same song over and over.
It gets old.
Exactly. It loses its magic.
Okay, so then how do we tell the difference between the real love and the, we'll call it strategic love?
Well, let's look at some examples from what we've been reading and watching.
Okay.
Remember Wojtek, the Polish photographer who took those incredible photos?
Oh, yeah.
He seems to really get Taiwan, like beyond just the touristy stuff.
His pictures are more than just pretty pictures.
Right.
Like you can feel something real in them.
Exactly.
Okay, so he's the real deal.
Definitely. And then you have people like Guamo who are calling out those like formulaic, Taiwan is great videos.
Yeah.
They're saying, hey, viewers demand more. Don't settle for the easy stuff.
So basically they're trying to get people to think more critically.
Exactly. About how Taiwan is represented.
It's like a wake-up call for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we bridge this gap then?
Between genuine appreciation and people maybe taking advantage.
Yeah.
Well, we need to look at how Taiwan is shown in general.
Okay.
Like a lot of videos about Japan go really deep into their traditions and culture, but with Taiwan, it's often just about the food and how friendly people are.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Why do you think that is?
Are we just like really good at those two things?
Maybe. But it makes you wonder why we focus on those things more than others, right?
Yeah, like, are we missing a chance to show off other cool things about Taiwan?
Exactly.
Okay, so how we talk about Taiwan is changing, and so are the people watching.
Right.
But speaking of changing, we got to talk about our boy Micky and his AI experiment.
Ooh, yes. Tell me about it.
So for those who don't know, Micky is this hilarious YouTuber. His channel is called Mickytolife.
I love that channel.
He does travel vlogs, whiskey reviews, all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah.
But this latest video, it's like next level.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he used AI to make this like whole fictional character.
Whoa.
And it's all about how this character from China is moved to tears by Taiwan.
Like by how free it is and stuff?
Exactly.
Interesting.
And it's made to look just like one of those super emotional videos.
Ooh, sneaky.
Right. But then at the end, plot twist.
What happens?
He reveals that the whole thing was fake.
Whoa.
It's all about how easy it is to fall for those kinds of stories.
Especially if it tells us what we want to hear.
Right. Like it makes us feel good about ourselves so we don't question it.
So it's like a commentary on how we see these videos about Taiwan.
Exactly. And it blew up online.
People were freaking out.
Everyone was like, wait a minute, are we being tricked?
That's amazing.
That's Micky for you. He's a genius.
He is. He's making us think about all this stuff without being boring.
Right. Okay, so we've talked about the nice side of thank you for liking Taiwan and the maybe not so nice side, and now AI is getting involved too.
It's a lot to think about.
It is. What's the takeaway so far?
Well, I think this phrase hits us hard because it's about way more than just being polite.
Okay.
It's about Taiwan's history, its culture, maybe even some vulnerability.
It's like this deep need to be seen and appreciated.
Exactly.
Okay. But we've only just scratched the surface here, folks.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. Stick with us. There's so much more to unpack.
Can't wait.
We'll be right back after a quick. And let's be honest, we're probably going to refill our drinks.
Sounds good.
See you in a bit.
Welcome back, Sip&Talkers. We were just talking about Micky and his AI video and how it makes you think about whether we're too quick to believe good things about Taiwan.
Right. Like, do we even need other people to tell us Taiwan is awesome?
That's a good question.
Maybe we should be focusing on the people who know it best.
You mean like...
The local creators. The ones who live here and make cool stuff inspired by Taiwan.
Right. There are so many talented people here already showing off our culture.
Exactly. Like, why wait for someone else to discover Taiwan when we have amazing artists, filmmakers, writers, musicians, all right here?
It's like we need to tell our own stories.
Yeah. Take control of the narrative, you know.
Instead of waiting for someone else to do it.
Show the world who we are, all the good stuff and the bad stuff, too.
All the real stuff.
Yeah, because every place has its ups and downs, right?
Exactly. It's about showing the whole picture, not just a perfect version.
So how do we encourage that? How do we get people to show the real Taiwan?
Well, we can start by being smarter about the stuff we watch and read.
Okay.
Like when you see something about Taiwan, ask yourself who made this? What's their angle? Are they really trying to understand Taiwan or just scratching the surface?
It's like being a detective for realness.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, let's support those local creators.
Yes.
Share their stuff. Tell everyone about them. Help them get bigger.
Give them a platform.
Exactly.
And don't be afraid to have the tough conversations, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if something is too simple, too positive, challenge it.
Push for more honesty.
Yeah.
So basically, we should be saying, hey, let's have a real talk about Taiwan, good and bad.
I like that.
Instead of just, thank you for liking Taiwan all the time.
Because really liking something comes from understanding it, not just hearing good things about it.
Right. And isn't that what we all want? To be seen and understood.
Absolutely. And that's not just about Taiwan. It's about connecting with people from all over, you know.
Okay, but let's be real for a second.
Okay.
This isn't just some deep talk. Does all this attention actually change anything for Taiwan? Like, in the real world?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah, like, it feels good to be liked, but does it actually help us?
Does it give us more power, more opportunities?
Right, because a million Instagram posts about bubble tea isn't going to solve all our problems.
No.
So what do we do then? Do we just ignore all the praise?
I don't think so. It's about finding a balance.
Okay.
Appreciate the good vibes, but don't let it go to your head.
Don't get caught.
Yeah.
I think it's time for a little sip break.
Yes.
Let's take a moment to process all this amazing stuff we're learning about Taiwan.
Yes. My brain needs a boba recharge.
Boba recharge.
Yes, please. Okay. Breaks over. You know, even with our boba-fueled brains, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around all these different aspects of Taiwanese values.
Right. Taiwan is known for being a pretty vibrant democracy, right?
Absolutely. They were the first democracy in the Chinese-speaking world, and they've really embraced those values.
Wow.
Freedom of speech, human rights, fair elections, they consistently rank super high on those global democracy indexes.
That's a big deal. It makes you think about how growing up in that kind of environment would shape you.
Totally. Like, you'd probably have this deep appreciation for individual rights and the importance of having your voice heard.
Right. And think about this. In 2019, Taiwan passed Asia's first same-sex marriage law. That tells you something about their commitment to equality and inclusion.
Oh, for sure. And this isn't just like a recent thing, this democratic spirit. It's deeply rooted in their history, you know?
Yeah.
The Taiwanese people have a shared memory of resisting authoritarian rule, fighting for their freedom.
Right. It's like woven into the fabric of their identity.
Yeah.
It makes you understand why they value those freedoms so much. But, okay, democracy is a huge part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the everyday stuff? Like, what are Taiwanese people known for? What's their vibe?
Well, one thing that always stands out is their incredible warmth and friendliness.
Oh, yeah.
Like genuine kindness, especially during tough times.
It's funny you mention that because I was reading about how after that devastating 921 earthquake back in 1999, people from all walks of life just jumped in to help with the rebuilding efforts.
Exactly. It's that spirit of unity and resilience that shines through.
What else comes to mind when we think about Taiwanese values?
Well, what's fascinating is how Taiwan manages to have this outsized impact on the world stage, even though it's geographically a small island.
It's that whole David and Goliath thing again, right?
Exactly. They're not letting size define them.
But how do they do that?
Influencing the world through culture, ideas, cooperation.
Okay.
Think about their contributions to disaster relief efforts, like the Taiwan Can Help campaign during COVID-19.
Right. They were sending masks and medical supplies all over the world.
Exactly.
It's a big deal.
We need to focus on building ourselves up from the inside.
Like, don't wait for someone else to tell you you're awesome. Tell yourself.
Haha, exactly.
And I think that's the good thing about this whole thank you for liking Taiwan thing.
How so?
It's making us talk about identity, about how Taiwan is shown to the world.
Right.
And about how powerful media can be.
It's starting a conversation.
Hopefully a good one.
I think so, especially with people like Micky out there making us think.
Yeah, he's always pushing the boundaries.
Speaking of Micky, did you see his new video?
Mickytolife.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I heard it's got hot air balloons, questionable fashion choices, and a whole lot of, you guessed it, whiskey.
Classic Micky.
He always makes me laugh, but he also makes me think, you know.
He's got a knack for that.
Okay, Sip and Talkers, let's grab another drink and come back for the last part of this deep dive.
I'm ready.
See you in a bit. All right, Sip and Talkers, we're back for the final round of our Thank You for Liking Taiwan deep dive.
Phew.
We've talked about a lot of stuff.
We have everything from like sweet cultural moments to maybe people taking advantage of Taiwan, from like media smarts to the whole international recognition thing. It's been a wild ride.
It's like we went from all that's nice to wait, are we being tricked? Like a million times.
Yeah, pretty much. But it all comes back to this question, you know? How do we go beyond just the surface level compliments and get to a real deep appreciation of Taiwan?
Yeah, like is it enough to be happy people are saying nice things? Or should we be aiming for something more?
I think it's got to be more than just wanting people to like, you know, it has to come from inside.
Like that saying, you can't love someone else until you love yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to do that with Taiwan too. Like really get what makes us special before we expect everyone else to get it.
And then maybe we can share our culture without needing a pat on the back all the time.
Right. It's about having that confidence, like, this is who we are, take it or leave it. And you know what? The world usually takes it.
Because being real is cool.
It is. It's like we're not begging for a spot at the table. We're building our own table, setting the menu and saying, come join us.
I love that. And we're not inviting them because we need them to like us. We're inviting them because we want to share and learn from each other.
Exactly.
Man, this whole conversation has really made me think about how important it is to look deeper, you know, to question things. and not just accept the easy answers.
Me too. Like, real connection takes effort. You got to be willing to think critically and challenge your own ideas.
It all comes back to thank you for liking Taiwan, I guess.
Yeah.
But maybe we need to shift the focus.
From what to what?
From wanting that validation to really understanding what makes Taiwan unique, both from inside and for people who really want to learn.
I agree. It's about going beyond the simple stories and seeing all of Taiwan, the good, the bad, the hard stuff, and the awesome stuff.
All right, Sip and Talkers, we're going to leave you with this.
Yeah.
What does thank you for liking Taiwan mean to you? Is it just being polite? Being proud? Or something deeper? Let us know in the comments. Keep this conversation going.
And if you want more stuff that makes you think and laugh, check out Micky's channel on YouTube, Mickytolife. He's got travel vlogs, whiskey reviews, all kinds of fun stuff. He's hilarious, but he's also smart, you know?
He is. He's always making you think about things in a new way.
Definitely.
So Sip and Talkers, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave those comments. And keep sipping on those delicious boba teas. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.